Progress being made on the 8D8 Star Wars droid. This is my part 2 of this epic build, and let's see where we're at. So first and foremost, thank you guys so much for your patience on this. I'm in the midst of printing every day, every single day. And this project is right in between, or just right in the mix of everything that I'm doing. I've done a lot of printing. I just haven't been that good on documenting things and getting it uploaded to you guys to watch. So I'm getting faster at it. I'm getting better on it. But anyway, again, thank you for your patience on this, and I promise that the next parts coming into this build series will not be a month in between. They will be coming fast and swift. So let's take a look at where we were. We had the head printed, and I was getting into the project itself and seeing how massive this project is going to be. The undertaking of a full size build. Again, we are doing the 8D8 Star Wars droid, full life size. I'm going to bring up the project and I will explain what's going on. So opening up my project in my bamboo slicing software, you'll see here everything in white has been printed, and which I'm going to show today. The parts that are in yellow is going to be my future builds. In fact, they're being printed right now as we speak. So this is a way I can kind of keep track of the entire build itself. Per the instructions of Droid Division, they kind of recommend, printing from the ground up. And so that's exactly where I started. I started with the feet, going all the way up. I think we've got progress all the way up to the hips. So, the legs are almost printed and done. We're going to get into some issues printing the hips, and I'll get into that in the next video because that's going to take some complicated slicing and some faith in the printers on that one. But anyway, guys, I've printed all of these, so let's assemble and see where we're at. So the first thing, of course, I like to do is spread everything out and kind of dry fit all the parts together and see, how they fit and where I'm at. Now, I did have to reference, pull up some 88 droid photos because I will say that in the Droid Division on the lower half of it, the PDF didn't really have a good, clear understanding what was going on with all these pieces, So I really had to kind of stop and then go back and forth and kind of see where I'm at. I used E6000 and I used my super glue. So just straight up super glue works just fine. Print a bunch of pegs and put all these pieces together. The E6000 I used on the feet alone because I felt like that was going to hold the most weight. Plus, I had a slight warping issue. I mean, ever so slightly, so I needed some extra strength, and I clamped these up really, really well. And it, I left it for about an hour to kind of cure a little bit, and it fixed it right away. So we'll see if I have any issues further, but if it does, if it separates, I'll just fill it with, just putty and stuff like that and be fine with it. It wasn't that much of an issue. Everything else, printing these things, the instructions had a right side or a left side. And if it was a right or left or whatever, and you could just mirror it on the printer. And for the most part, everything was very symmetrical. Really no issues. So not until I get up into the torso area and stuff like that where I'd probably have to pay attention more to the files itself. But everything printed very, very well from this point forward. Adding the pegs, the assembly was good. Now, you see there's a lot of pieces that kind of fit with each other, and you would think that having a bunch of weight on this droid might buckle these parts and crack them, but this whole droid is probably going to maybe weigh 10 to 15 pounds. It's not going to be a heavy droid at all. So I'm pretty confident and assembling this thing and it's not going to crack or buckle or break like that. So I feel that the parts that were sliced are sliced very, very well, and they assemble very well. And again, super glue for the most part. I think that's all I need. In my past experience, that's all I've ever needed. I've never had really an issue with stuff. And if you do go with something like E6000, It takes a long to dry, but it is a lot more powerful glue. Again, this is only from the feet up to the hips. Now, the hips are a whole different ball game, which again I will get into on a future video because that's going to require a lot more. Pay more attention to how you're printing things and going forward. So overall, I think it's we're roughly a little over 3 feet when everything is assembled here. Again, dry fitting. I didn't put any bolts in the legs yet, just because I'm going to go back and make sure everything is fitted just perfect, and then I will go and sand and file everything down. Yeah, so important step is to just make sure it all fits. So as you can see, I have all the parts right here, sitting right next to me of everything that I've printed and assembled. The next part is going to be the hips and moving up toward the torso. I think I'm going to dedicate more printers in my arsenal to get all these things done and faster. And then I'm going to go ahead and start the prepping, the filing and sanding process, because that's going to take a long time. Plus, I don't want to get into the situation I did with my pit droid in the winter months where it was hard to go outside and do anything. I'll take advantage of the remaining summer that we have and go from there. But the next part, you guys are going to see some creative slicing techniques, and I think that's going to be important, especially with this build, because as I was showing you guys earlier, my build project on my slicing software, there are some tricky spots there that I will go into detail and show you guys how to print something that normally cannot be printed well. So we're going to try to use some, different techniques and show you that way. Yeah, guys, I hope this is exciting, and because it's exciting for me to get my first 6-foot droid built. And yeah, until next time, I hope you guys are printing every day, or thinking about printing, or getting into it. So yeah, let's go. I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for making your way all the way to the end of this. Leave a comment in the section below, and like and subscribe. Thank you very much.